Good morning, good morning, good morning. Grab yourself a cup of coffee, get settled in. I will be right with you. All right, good morning, my friend. How the heck are you? Happy Friday. What is going on this fine Friday morning? Drop me a note in the comments. Let me know you are here. Today, we are going to talk a little bit about men and finding stillness, the importance of finding stillness, how we find stillness, how we find rest as dude, and some of the things that maybe prevent us from finding that rest, finding that stillness that we need. So, welcome to Men Up with Mike. My name is Mike Cameron. I am your host, as always. If you want to join me over on the website, mikecameron.ca/live, I would love to have you there. I'm continuing to build out the content on the site. There will be some unique exclusive content on the website, so I would love it if you could join me over there. In fact, I'm going to take a couple of minutes and do a little self-promotion, which I don't often do. There's a few things, a few milestones that I want to hit this year, and one of those milestones is to have 100 registered users. Hey, good morning, Steve. One of the milestones for me this year, by the end of the year, I would like to have 100 registered users over on mikecameron.ca. It's completely free. At least there's a free tier. I've got premium coaching packages and things like that, but that's not what I'm looking for. I am just looking to build a little more community over on mikecameron.ca. So, if you enjoy the content that I put out, if you enjoy hanging out with me every morning and the interviews I do, there's a couple of ways you can support me. Hey, good morning, Anne. How are you, my friend? There's a couple of ways that you can support me. Some that cost money. If you want to support me financially, that is always greatly appreciated. Others that are completely free. So the first thing that you can do for me that doesn't cost you a thing, that helps support me, is share these videos. Hey, good morning, Aaron. How are you, my friend? You know what? I was thinking I should have had you on the show this morning. We're going to have to do that one of these days. So I will connect with you. Good morning, Aaron. Good morning, Steve. Good morning, Anne. So, yeah. There's a couple of ways you can help support me if you enjoy the content I put out. One is share it with your friends. So hit that share button, take that mikecameron.ca/live and just share that on all of your socials. That would be greatly appreciated. For those of you that are members on the site, there is a way to invite friends via email. I actually did a little video on that. So that is the first way you can support me, is just by sharing the content that I put out there. I would greatly appreciate that. Obviously, there's a fair bit of energy and effort and work that goes into this, and my hope is that I can touch as many people as possible. Second way, absolutely free, that you can support me is go over to mikecameron.ca, click on that community tab, and then sign up for the community. Again, doesn't cost you a dime. I've got a bit of content that I put in the members only area, and you're going to start to see more and more of that coming your way. So I would greatly appreciate that. The other way you can support me is buy my book. That would be greatly appreciated. That is one of the ways you can support me financially. And quite frankly, I think there's a lot of value in there. I might be a little bit biased, but I do believe there is a lot of value in the book. The other way, we just got a new shipment of Make Beautiful Shit Happen t-shirts in, which again, you can find on the website. You can order on the website, mikecameron.ca. If you click on, there's a store or a shop tab there at the top. You can get there for my book. If you go to mikecameron.ca, under How I Serve, there is a book tab there as well. Hey, good morning, Mitch. How are you, my friend? It is good to see you this morning. So like I said, I'm going to circle back and we are going to talk a little bit about finding stillness for dudes, finding that rest, finding that quiet time. But yeah, again, I want to talk about So again, one of the milestones that I want to hit this year is 100 registered users on mikecameron.ca. I think we're about halfway there right now. And I haven't really pushed it. This is relatively new. I've just invested in a mobile app, which should be coming out in February or March. So there will be that, which makes it a little bit more accessible for those of you that like to do it on mobile and share content and consume content on mobile. In the vein of Stillness for Men, I am working on putting together a Practice the Pause course that will be completely free. At least initially, there will be a free version of the course, but it's aimed at men and really just teaching men how to slow the fuck down. And I could use your help with naming. So I've got Practice the Pause, Slow the Fuck Down, Slow Down Man, something like that. So guys, I would love to hear if any of those titles resonate with you. Would you take any of those as a free course? You've heard me talk about the SOAR framework, the slow down, open up, accept, and reconnect. And that slow down piece is really the key that unlocks everything. And I understand that while it's simple, it's really not easy, especially for guys to do it. So let's dive into today's topic. Let's talk a little bit about slowing down, finding stillness for men. And why do we find it so challenging? I find it really interesting. I remember very distinctly when I started my business career, I was probably 25 years old when I got my first sort of business gig. I was selling financial instruments in Vancouver. A beautiful pause. Oh, I like that, Aaron. My fear with a beautiful is that it might not resonate with all the guys. Some guys shy away from words like beautiful, and I will really want to make it inviting. So that's where I was thinking something like, slow the fuck down or slow down, man, or just practice the pause. But I do like a beautiful pause. And Aaron, I got a shirt for you. Absolutely. That is part of the group Lifestyle by Design. I was just waiting for inventory to come in. So Aaron, you absolutely have a t-shirt without question. That is part of what we do with Lifestyle by Design. So again, as guys, why do we struggle with this? Again, I remember when I was maybe 25, 26 and first went downtown Vancouver. I actually described this in detail in the book. I was just reading this section from my audiobook yesterday, in fact, and recalling that moment when I went downtown Vancouver for that interview. And sorry, I'm reading comments over here. So if I'm looking over here, it's because I'm reading comments on that screen. So I've got 3 monitors set up here in my studio. But I remember distinctly walking into that downtown Vancouver office and, what I thought was this big badass business office. Today, if somebody took me there, I would look at it and think, oh, these guys, who are these guys? But at the time, it was my first experience in a downtown office, and I just thought it was amazing. But I remember walking in with my briefcase filled with nothing and thinking that I could not wait to get to a point where I was busy. I sought to be busy. I could not wait until I was busy. It was like this badge of honor that I was chasing. Because what happens, I think, certainly for me, and guys, tell me if I'm wrong, but for men, we tend to conflate busy with important. And intellectually, we acknowledge that busy isn't necessarily a good thing. And, oh yeah, I'm so busy. I know I need to slow down. I need to take a break. I need to take a rest. But internally, we conflate busy with important. And I tell you what, as dudes, we want to feel important. There's no question. In our relationships, we want to feel important. I joke with Michelle, it's if you guys are familiar with Thomas the Tank Engine, I want to feel really useful. But yeah, we tend to conflate busy with being important, and the two are not the same things. And even when we intellectually recognize that, you know what, I'm getting close to being burnt out. I've got too much on my plate, but that's just who I am. I'm the guy that takes on all these things, or worse. And I see this an awful lot. The worst thing that happens is guys will take on this moniker that, yeah, but I'm special. You know, you should really slow down. That practicing the pause thing, that slowing down, that getting rest, not being ridiculously busy. Absolutely. You got to be very careful with that. You'll burn out. But I'm different. I'm special. I can handle it. And it's just fucking ridiculous that we tend to move that way, that we tell ourselves this story. The reality is, none of us are so special that we don't need to find rest. So if you can't find yourself, and I've done this before without question, I'm special. I don't need to rest as much. You know, Shane over there, he needs to rest. He needs to slow down. He's too busy, but I'm special. And we tell ourselves this story. And as a result, we keep that busyness rolling and moving and moving and moving and getting faster until it's this out of control snowball. Mitch says, I'm that guy. Keep moving forward and leave shit on the back burner. Yeah, again, I'd love to hear you expand on that a little bit, Mitch. But yeah, we hang on to this like it's this badge of honor. And I don't get it because, again, intellectually, I think we would all acknowledge that, yeah, we need to find time for rest. We need to find time for self-care. I'm hesitant to use that term because I feel like some guys shove that off when we talk about self-care. They don't think it's important for them yet, but I don't need it. My self-care is being busy. That's how I recharge. That's how I get my energy, is by being busy. Yeah, maybe in some circumstances, absolutely. But there is no question that we need to find those moments of stillness. So the other thing that I see guys doing is busy, 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 and then take that hard break, whether that's a week-long vacation, a 4-day long weekend, heading out to the mountains, doing whatever, which is great. Don't get me wrong. So there's two different kinds. So to circle back a little bit, there's two different kinds of finding stillness in my experience. There's that big pause, the vacation. I work, and then fuck, I need a reset. So I take that vacation. I take that break, I get my reset. But then I just dive right back in to that hyper busy, that hyper productive. Well, maybe it's not even productive. So that's another good conversation we can have. And I'll come back to that. The difference between busy and productive. And again, so often we confuse the two. But let's talk about this busy, 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 long break, vacation, reset, recharge. Wonderful thing to do. I don't want to dissuade you from doing that. But that in and of itself is not enough. We need to find ways to micro recharge along the way, to do it on a daily. So Aaron, who's watching, one of his business is Daily Practice. It's a fitness business, but I love the name. I love the title, Daily Practice. Finding stillness isn't a destination. It's not a thing we look forward to till we get our vacation and we can go to the mountains. Again, absolutely, you can look forward to your vacation. You can look forward to grabbing that pause in blocks of time, but it's a daily practice. You know, I texted my friend Alan yesterday, and he talked about one of the things that he's focused on right now is finding stillness. And that can be so hard for us men, because what tends to happen is when we actually find stillness regularly. So I'm jumping around a little bit, but again, let's talk about finding stillness as a daily practice. So I want to talk a little bit about why many of us don't do that. And that's because when we find stillness and we're not distracted, we're not busy, we have to be alone with our own thoughts and feelings. And depending on who you are, where you've come from, what your past experiences are, that can be fucking terrifying. You know, I talk about this a lot. In our youth, we find these mechanisms, these ways to distract ourselves from being alone with our thoughts, from being alone with our feelings. You know, and many of these practices, for me, it was workaholism. You know, I worked fucking hard and I succeeded. Like, I was really good at what I did. I was really good at what I did. But I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy. So finding ways, finding strategies that on the daily, we can practice that pause. And again, so just understanding why you might be resistant to that. So there's a couple of reasons. Like I said, as guys, we tend to think that we wear this busyness with as a badge of honor. We tend to think that, oh yeah, I'm that guy. Like, that's just who I am. Bullshit. It's a fucking choice, dude. The second reason is we're afraid. It takes a lot of courage to be still. It takes a lot of courage to be alone with your own thoughts and feelings. And it's hard. And especially for those who have suffered from trauma in their lives. You know, I've had this conversation recently. And it breaks my heart. It just absolutely breaks my heart. The reason that some men struggle to find stillness. It fucking kills me when I think about it. But if that's not the case for you, if it's not a trauma thing, if it's not because you've got things you want to avoid, think about it from how do I recharge standpoint. Those batteries get depleted every day. And thank you. Anne's reminding me to breathe. Yes, breathe. See, even that, I love it, Anne. Thank you so much for that reminder. So that right there is what I'm talking about. That's that daily practice. This doesn't have to mean you have to dive into a 60-minute fucking meditation. It means implementing these pauses on the daily. Taking that breath. Hey, good morning, Chuck. Chuck says we all have those friends, family that glorify being busy. When you ask them, how are you doing? Busy, busy, busy. Many times I find myself saying, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Busy, busy, busy. Yeah. And again, let's not confuse busy with productive. So practicing that pause, finding that stillness will in fact make you more productive. I can guarantee it. I can 100% money back guarantee. If you practice stillness and practice the pause and it does not make you more productive, I'll give you a full refund. Because that's the beautiful thing. Stillness costs you nothing. Zero, zip, zilch. Good morning, Travis. How are you, my friend? Stillness costs you nothing. But it's about implementing it as a daily practice. It's about preparing in the calm for the coming of the storm. We know at some point in our life, shit's going to hit the fan, whether it's work, whether it's personal, whether it's emotional, whatever it may be. We know at some point things are going to get real. Hey, good morning, Sean. How are you, my friend? Yeah, practicing that pause, finding that stillness, the payoffs can be everything. Taking 60 seconds out of your day isn't going to cost you anything, but it could save you everything. So even for those of us that feel like we've got it together, that we've got our shit together, we've got a handle on things, my challenge to you today is to find ways to practice that pause. Aaron says, I'm incorporating meditation into daily practice called Daily Peace. I have a sanctuary I go into in the trees. I can visualize this place when I go there, and it gives me peace. I love it. I love it. So finding what works for you, because what works for me may not work for you. But where can you find peace? You know, for me, sometimes that's on a 100-mile run. Sometimes, if you guys have been watching, you know I just converted my dining room into a Zen den. And sometimes I do. I like to get the Zen uniform. You know, I've got my white linen pants. I've got my blue shirt. I've got my pillow in the Zen den. I've got the quiet music. And sometimes I do like to dive into that. Other times it's at the gym. Finding stillness of the heart, finding stillness of the mind doesn't always mean finding stillness of the body. Experiment, practice, see what works for you. Where can you implement just a little bit more stillness in your life? Good morning, Lucy. How are you, my friend? It's good to hear from you. Yeah, that Zen Den it's been phenomenal. I don't know if I shared a photo with the fireplace. I bought one of those electric fireplaces. I bought a small little TV now that's in there because I like to do online yoga practices. So if you followed Yoga with Adriene, she's phenomenal. So I follow her stuff. So I've got a little TV in there. I've got candles. I've got my Sonos speakers in there. It's just phenomenal. So find what works for you to find stillness. Make it a daily practice. So again, my challenge today for you today is, even if it's just 60 seconds, if you tell me you cannot slow down, I'm calling bullshit. Find 60 seconds every single day for the next week. Pick a time, set a timer, and just sit quietly. It may be excruciating. It may be the hardest 60 seconds of your day, but see if you can do it. All right, my friends, for those of you that just joined and missed my little self-promo at the beginning, I'm going to do it again. One of the milestones I've set for myself this year is I want 100 users on my online community, MikeCameron.ca. If you hop over to MikeCameron.ca, you can click on the community tab and you can register there for free. I'm starting to put more and more content up there in the members area for those of you that joined. So Anne, thank you so much. You were one of the first that came on there, and I greatly appreciate that. Anne contributes every day. She shares quotes. things that resonate with her. So Anne is absolutely a valued member of the community, as are a lot of the guys here. Sean, Aaron, all of you guys, I appreciate you being on there. So like I said, I think I'm about halfway there. So I'd like to get another 50 registered users by the end of this year. I also have, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about this later in a different post. I've got a Tuesday night. I think I got one opening on my Tuesday night Lifestyle by Design group coaching program. And I've got 3 spots left on my Thursday night, which is 6:30 p.m. These are for men. So these are designed for men that really want to design the life they want to live, that want to live with intention and stop fucking coasting. Guys that are sick and tired of being a fucking spectator in their own life, that really want to step it up. Yeah, Aaron's part of that group. I believe Aaron's getting a lot of value out of it. The guys are just incredible. Yeah, so again, I want to invite you to join me there. Like I said, Thursday nights, I'm just starting next week. So I've got 3 more spots for Thursday. I've got 1 more for Tuesday nights. If you or anyone you know would find value in that, reach out to me. I'm happy to have just a 15-minute conversation and tell you all about what we're doing there. Aaron says it's life-changing. Thanks, brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, and you know what? It is fucking life-changing. It's life-changing for me. It's life-changing for the guys. The things that we have seen have been absolutely incredible. You know, not only the individual progress that these guys have made, but the bonds that have been formed within the group have been incredible, just absolutely incredible. So yeah, once again, if you guys are interested in checking that out, reach out. I'm happy to share with you a little deeper as to what we do there and what you could expect. You can find that. I'm not sure there's a quick, easy link on that. MikeCameron.ca. Actually, it's under the store. There's a link to the Lifestyle by Design program there, so you can see details there. All right, my friend. Also, if you're interested in Aaron, don't do this because I've got one for you. If you want to make beautiful shit happen, t-shirt, you can buy those online. We have stock. I just got a whole new, I think 500 shirts in yesterday. So we've got a ton of inventory in pretty much all the sizes. If that's something you're interested in, I think they're $24.99. Hop on over to MikeCameron.ca and order yours there. I would greatly appreciate it. So once again, if you enjoy these videos and want to support me financially, that's how you can do it. Buy a book, buy a t-shirt. The t-shirt, I'm just waiting for approval from the board, but partial proceeds are going to go to a charity. I just can't announce that yet because they haven't officially approved that, but I'm fairly confident they will approve taking my money. And once that happens, then I will share with you where that's going. But yeah, partial proceeds will be going to one of the charities in the violence prevention realm because November is Family Violence Prevention Month. And as you guys know, that is a cause that is dearly important to me. All right, my friends, practice the pause. Slow the fuck down, man, and make beautiful shit happen. I love it, Shane. I missed that. Shane's got that for a title. I think that was his title for the course. Slow the fuck down, man, and make beautiful shit happen. All right, my friends, and we will see you on Monday. Have yourself a great weekend. Take care.